we're getting into a conversation with your favorite, my favorite, MOG Music, and my good friend, Barry Nikwe, joining us. Senior.
Welcome. Welcome to the afternoon show. And MOG, good to have you again.
Yeah.
How's life been?
I'm good, blessed, favored, little stressful.
What is making it stressful?
Lots of troubles.
Okay.
Work, actually.
Yeah, but that should be good then. Yeah. Or
there's a lot of work, trust me. It is.
Absolutely.
You haven't been on the show this year, have you?
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Last year, right? 3 months into the year. Barry, MOG, how's it going?
So,
musically, family-wise, ministry. Let me also add, Barry is a gospel artist and a minister.
Right.
Let me add that.
By God's grace.
Hey, this is by God's grace, yeah. you need to chill.
Gospel ministers and by God's grace, yeah.
I'm actually hoping for the best. Now that our President Mahama has taken over, we are believing that things will be better.
Okay.
Recent.
You see, you're already resetting.
Wow.
Why?
I wonder how that is.
Yeah, so it's a new season, so we're hoping for
everything
good things.
is new.
But for those who may not know, let's take you back a little bit into this journey of gospel music. MOG, I know you've shared your story several times, but what made you decide that I am doing this and I'm not looking back again?
I think it was on the prophetic words that I received over the years that God has called me for a specific assignment in this jurisdiction. So I was like, when we started, it was passion. We having fun, but when things started getting serious, the kind of testimonies and the kind of impact our music was making in the lives of people, I was like, no, this thing, we have to take it a notch higher. So that's when I was like, we need to really start getting serious with the testimonies and the kind of way people now see you, the kind of reverence they have for you and all that. We have to find a way to put ourselves, in for lack of better, like brand to approach the thing properly the way it's supposed to be done. So that's when we started taking it serious.
I like the fact that he spoke about brand, but as a gospel minister, you expected that, you live a certain kind of life.
Yeah.
But in our dispensation, sometimes you may find yourself in a certain kind of trouble that you did not even anticipate or you're not involved in. So how do you stay relevant, but at the same time not get into unnecessary controversies and you mind your business?
I've had my fair share of these things. And I can tell you, for a fact that you need to choose your words wisely.
Yeah.
Because once you step out of your house or your comfort area, I have it at the back of my mind. Once I step outside, there are cameras watching me.
Yeah.
The cameras are not necessarily people's phone, but people's eyes are the cameras, and once you move, you're having perceptions in your mind and all that. So you need to be very calculated, watch what you say, how you go about things, and then it's not every truth you need to put out there, so these are the things that guide, because once you put the truth out there, somebody's perception will just take it from an angle you least expected, Yeah, so it's something I had to learn the hard way. So, yes, we are managing it,
Yeah,
Barry,
at the time.
Barry hasn't said his though. Barry, what about you?
The first question?
Yeah.
So for me, I actually started singing R&B when I discovered my gift. I was a heavy R&B singer. And then one day my mother told me a story about how I was rescued from a fetish priest. Apparently a fetish priest sent their apprentice to come for a child. And they came to them. My father's an Anglican priest, by the way, Anglican bishop of Tema. And they sent their apprentice to come for me, to come and abduct me, to use my blood for sacrifice. This is a true story.
Like real story.
Very like
true
a Nigerian movie.
Very, very true story. So they came for me, and I think the lady was passing in front of the crucifix, like Catholic and Anglican churches have crucifix. So when the lady passed in front of the crucifix, she froze. So she was holding me and she froze. So people came out to find out what's going on. When they found it, they saw the baby, then they recognized the baby that belongs to Father Nikwe at that time, Father Nikwe's son. And then they picked me from her. And then she actually came again the following, I think 2 weeks later, to come and fulfill that assignment, but she wasn't successful. when my mother told me that story, I knew that there's something. I need
assignment.
to
There's an
I need to
assignment
be
on the
careful about how
So
I
that's
live
how
my
come
life.
the R&B.
Oh, I dropped it quickly.
The story is very
I
important.
decided I was going to give my life to Christ fully.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I grew up in the church, but I wasn't really involved in the things of the church, or things of God, or things of Christ. So,
But that's quite an opposite, because we have people who are rather in the church switching to the secular part. And I've had conversations where people say, when you switch crowd, it's even better because you blow easily. Yeah. Some people think of it that way, but would you say that you switching from the R&B to the gospel side of things has rather made you know, your life better, your career has grown more? How would you compare the two?
absolutely. I believe strongly that in pursuit of Jesus, He orders your steps.
Yeah.
And He guides you to where He has already envisioned that you'll be. You know, so I mean, a lot of people switch and they feel like it's comfortable because of what they are focusing on.
Yeah.
They're focusing on money, fame, popularity, all of those things. I mean, you can get it there. I mean, sometimes you can also get it when you're following Christ. I mean, Jesus was popular, but the motive of pursuit and divinely ordered by Him is something that I'm always striving for. So it's very fulfilling.
MOG, would you say, and both of you actually, would you say that gospel music is still as impactful as it used to be when we're growing up? The sound has changed. You have different nuances. You have, you know, people call it the chants now. People have all sort of, you know, additions to gospel music. Would you say that it's still making much impact like it used to?
Very much so. The impact is still there. It's still making the impact. As long as people come out to tell you the encounters they have with God through your songs and ministration, it's a sign that, you know, these songs are still powerful. However, I must say that because the old songs are foundational songs, they carry a certain weight beyond the normal. You know, the very foundation of this building cannot be seen. And this edifice is beautiful and all that. But, you know, the building is relevant because of the foundation. So these old songs are more like a foundation to what we do, you know. And so that's why anytime you refer to those old songs, it brings out this ancient anointing and presence that makes you feel, you know, you are in a certain unique atmosphere. You know, it equally has its goals, its accomplishment, and what God has given us in our season and our time equally has the goals and missions its accomplishment. Yeah.
Wow. I feel like putting them on the spot. So we sing one old. Can we do it? You guys have nice voices. One old.
I want to hear Barry as
oh
well.
Lord, what a friend we have in Jesus. That's one of them, isn't it?
No, he has done a very nice verse.
Imagine everybody saying he has a nice voice.
So Barry, give us the key then. What a friend we have in Jesus.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
This one will be hard for us to follow.
How do we back you?
How do we back it there? So then, MOG, you give us the key so we see we can follow.
He's on his own.
Right. Okay, so what
a
a friend we have in Jesus. Anita. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Everybody's coming in. Oh, what peace we often forfeit.
Okay.
Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. I'm not looking for backup singers.
See, but you know the high one, I had to pause, you know, at some point, catch my breath and then continue.
Let's talk music awards.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I want to ask that controversial question, but let's stay away from it. I mean, gospel music and award shows. How do you? So there's I think there's a new addition. Is it the gospel?
Yeah,
category?
I think traditional.
Traditional
yeah.
gospel, and then there's the
Urban as well.
How do you feel about it?
Great. I mean, the more categories for gospel, the better. You know, so it's a great addition, and we welcome it. And may the best man win.
Artist of the Year. Have you had any nomination for
This
Artist of the Year before?
Yes, the traditional.
Okay.
And I think male vocalist of the year.
Okay.
And there's another one. I think gospel artist of the year.
Oh, but Artist of the Year, you haven't been in there.
No.
Why? Why
How
not?
so?
No, you see, Joe Metal is the landlord of that.
Mr. Metal.
Joe is he has two
Yeah.
bedroom house there.
Yeah.
So Timothy is a tenant now.
Yes.
So maybe next year, God willing, somebody will come on board.
I can't even ask you out of the two, which of the, I can't even ask.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because Joy had an amazing year last year. You know, he had Give Me Oil,
Yeah.
amazing project. And Timothy also had different and the testimony project. So that's a tough one. Yeah.
So you're rooting for both of them?
Yeah, anyone who wins, we are good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see how it goes. But MOG, we know you have an event coming up. New wine.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
So New Wine, it's a 13-year-old event.
13.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a teenager.
Serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having New Wine for 13 years by the grace of God. And this year is not it's exceptional because the theme for this year is back to the basics.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going back to the very basics that form our Christian faith: prayer, salvation, devotion,
Evangelism.
Time with the Holy Spirit, you know, Thanksgiving. All these things form a basic part of our Christian race, and we just want to remind people through music that if you've missed any of these foundations, you can go back to it to revamp yourself and then run the race well, so you don't miss or mess it up. So basically, that's the assignment for this year, and we are doing that through an intense atmosphere of worship, praise, prayer, and the Word. We had the Kumasi edition last 2 weeks. It was amazing, full auditorium. People were on fire. People came to the altar crying, you know, worshiping God. You could see genuine hearts of young people who were desperately in need of God's presence, and they were receiving from the atmosphere. My guest ministers were phenomenal. They ministered, you know, out of their spirit and their soul. You could feel that virtue really left them. So we're having a cry edition, God willing, this Sunday at the First Love Church.
Okay.
Yeah, those who don't know First Love Church is around the UPSA enclave, you know, right behind Trinity Baptist. When you get to UPSA and you ask for First Love Church, you can't miss it. Everybody will just direct you to the place. So we're having the God willing this Sunday. And my guest, obviously, Barry,
yes, indeed,
is ministering. My brother Kwame Jedu from Kumasi will be joining us. And I have Obapa Christy. You know, I was with her this weekend on the Omiya show, Firebrand. She's poised, she's ready. Pastor Isaiah, you know, an amazing worshiper as well, is ministering with us. And then my brother Joe Metal will be ministering as well. So it's an amazing time in God's presence. We'll pray, we'll worship, we'll dance. You know, when you're coming, don't come with a handkerchief. It will help you. Come with a face towel. Face towel, you know.
Pick one.
Yeah, pick one. You know, not TK, not TK.
Which one need TK? All right, everybody.
Our tickets selling.
Yeah, and they are finished. They're running fast.
Okay.
I don't know why Ghanaians normally wait till last minute.
You know us now.
But because we've been making noise at last minute, now everybody's like,
rushing
you know.
Make an exception for the latecomers.
Yes, I mean, tickets are fast selling. I'm 100 CDs for regular, 200 CDs for VIP, and 450 CDs for a family of 5. You know, if you want a ticket, you can go to Airport Shell right now. You can pick up a ticket, or go to those in Spentest can go to Bachona Total to pick up a ticket, and those in Tema can go to Community 11 Shell, to pick up a ticket. If you want to buy a ticket now, as I'm talking to you, you can use your phone. You know, thanks to eTransact, just dial *389 *777 hash. The 7 is 3 *389 *777 hash. If you dial that short code right now, you'll be able to get a ticket for New Wine and be part of the event. And I believe it's going to be a mighty blessing to you.